Welcome to Transport in Mammals. As multicellular organisms grow, their surface area to volume ratio plummets, meaning simple diffusion is no longer enough. Large, active mammals demand oxygen and glucose instantly, and waste must be removed just as fast. In this unit, we explore the mass flow system that makes your life possible, the cardiovascular system. You will zoom from the macroscopic plumbing of the heart down to the molecular brilliance of hemoglobin. We start with the plumbing. Mammals have a closed double circulatory system. This means blood is confined to vessels and passes through the heart twice per circuit, once to the lungs and once to the rest of the body. You will learn to link the microscopic histology of arteries, veins, and capillaries directly to their physiological roles. For example, the thick, elastic walls of an artery are perfectly engineered to withstand and maintain high pressure. Next, we examine the biological pump itself. You will master the gross anatomy of the heart and map exactly how it generates pressure. We will trace the cardiac cycle millisecond by millisecond, learning how pressure changes force the atrioventricular and semilunar valves open and closed. Finally, you will see how the heart's pacemaker, the sinoatrial node, coordinates this rhythmic myogenic contraction. But what exactly is flowing through these tubes? We will examine the cellular components of blood, including erythrocytes and leukocytes. Crucially, you will learn how the physical push of hydrostatic pressure and the osmotic pull of water potential interact at capillary beds. This delicate balance forms tissue fluid, bathing your cells in nutrients before draining into the lymphatic system.
Then we zoom in to the molecular level to look at oxygen transport. Hemoglobin is a quaternary protein that binds oxygen reversibly. Because it has 4 subunits, it exhibits cooperative binding. The first oxygen molecule makes it easier for the next to bind. This creates the famous S-shaped oxygen dissociation curve. You will learn to read this graph like an examiner, explaining exactly how hemoglobin loads oxygen at high partial pressures in the lungs and unloads it at respiring tissues. Finally, we look at metabolic waste and how it affects oxygen delivery. Carbon dioxide is transported primarily as hydrogen carbonate ions, a sequential process driven by the enzyme carbonic anhydrase inside red blood cells. This leads to the Bohr effect. High carbon dioxide levels lower the blood pH, altering hemoglobin's tertiary structure and forcing it to release even more oxygen exactly where it is most needed. It is a perfect, elegant homeostatic loop. Mastering transport in mammals requires you to link structure to function across every scale, from the thickness of a ventricle wall to the shape of a protein. You are now ready to dive in.